Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make caramel using Pampered Chef's Deluxe cooking blender, and also showing you our Deluxe grill and griddle making chicken tenderloins that take less than 4 minutes to cook. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with our caramel. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. And as you're joining the video, I hope you'll leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay. So today is National Caramel Day, so I figured it would be the perfect time for me to make caramel sauce in the Deluxe cooking blender, because this is something that you can make in less than 25 minutes. So let me show you. I've already made one batch. Check this out. This is amazing caramel sauce that takes just a few ingredients and less than 25 minutes to make. So I'm gonna set this aside so I can show you how to make this from start to finish. So I am going to be using Pampered Chef's Deluxe cooking blender today, and this is one of my favorite and most used products in my kitchen. I love all the electrics from Pampered Chef because they are amazing. They work better than anything that compares to them on the market, and just far superior in my opinion. So start with your Deluxe cooking blender. We're going to start out with a cup of brown sugar, which I pre-measured in one of our prep bowls. We're going to toss that in here. We're going to add in a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. I measured this in our Easy Read measuring cup, which I love these because you just look right inside of the cup to measure what you're pouring in there. Then we're going to add in 5 tablespoons of softened butter. Now this is unsalted butter. If you use salted butter, then you might want to leave the salt out of the very last step of this recipe, but I like to use unsalted butter for pretty much everything here because you can always add salt, you just can't take it away. So we're gonna put this right on the base of our blender. So this is a smart blender, so it actually plugs in. I'm doing this from a weird angle here. It actually plugs into the base, so you guys can see that right there. This will not work without the lid. That's actually a safety feature because we don't want everything in your blender flying out, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this to the pre-programmed sauce setting. And just so you guys know, Pampered Chef has patent pending settings on this blender. So we have a jam setting and a sauce setting that are both patent pending. So I'm gonna press the start. For a second I thought I had put it on the wrong setting. All right, so what this is gonna do is it's gonna blend and heat. So it's gonna go back and forth between blending and heating. The first cycle, or the first stage of this blender cycle is gonna take about 12 minutes. So while we're waiting on this, I'm gonna show you our Deluxe grill and griddle. I'm gonna move my iPad over here so that I can, I don't want it to be too close to the blender there. So I'm gonna just let the blender do its thing. But while we're waiting on that, I wanna tell you about our Deluxe grill and griddle. Now I have this completely open flat. I'm gonna try to talk in between the blender here. I have this open flat so you can use both sides. The cool thing about this is you can control the temperature on each side independently. So the top and the bottom don't have to be the exact same temperature. This comes with griddle plates and these grill plates that you see here. And we also sell separately our waffle maker plates. So I don't have those in view of the camera right now, but they go in and out just like these do. So to take these plates out, you're gonna press this little button on the side. I don't know if you can see that this kind of loosened this up. And these just pop right out. And then they just slide right back in. Super easy, super quick. I'll show you this side too so you can see they work just the same. And the cool thing about this is these grill plates, whether you're using the grill, the griddle, or the waffle, they go right in the dishwasher for easy cleanup. Now I'm gonna pull this completely over to the closed position here, and I've already got my grill turned on, but I don't have it heating up yet because I wanted it to be cold so I could show you how to take those plates in and out. I'm gonna put this on the grill setting. The default time is 5 minutes, but what we're cooking only takes 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm gonna change the time to reflect 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You may or may not be able to see that on the camera. I'm gonna press start. And what's gonna happen here is the little lights spin around. So if you have Pampered Chef's Quick Cooker or the Deluxe cooking blender, I'll show you on the blender, you may be able to see it on the camera. This also has the little circle lights just spinning around. That's just telling you that it's either not ready, not preheated, or it's still in the process of doing what you have told it to do based on that pre-programmed setting. So let's talk a little bit more about the grill while it's heating up. I do have some chicken tenderloins that are almost ready to go here. And let me grab my measuring spoon. and some oil. So we're gonna get this chicken ready to go on the grill. So I'm actually gonna slide this back just a little bit to give me a little bit more room. Just be careful if you move this after you turn it on because it is heating up already. It takes about 5 minutes to get to the temperature that it's pre-programmed to. So for this, it's 400 degrees. In my batter bowl here, I have about 2 pounds of chicken tenderloins. And so you guys can see that here in my batter bowl. I'm gonna drizzle this with a little bit of oil. I'll give you guys a tip. When you're cooking on this grill, or if you're cooking on a grill pan on your stovetop, it's best to oil the food and rather than oiling the pan or the grill grates. And this also applies if you're grilling outside too. Oil the food, not the plates, right? I'm not measuring this, but a tablespoon or so of olive oil. I'm gonna give this a little stir using Pampered Chef's tongs. Love these because they are gravity controlled. So when you point them down, they don't close, but you point them up, give it a squeeze. Gravity pulls this little button down right here, and let's see if I can zoom in and show you guys. Gravity pulls this little button down to keep these closed. And watch this, you flip it over, give it a squeeze, gravity pulled that button down, I don't have to touch anything, it just opens and closes. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to add a tablespoon, sorry, I'm trying to talk in between the blender here, a tablespoon of the lemon garlic rub. This is actually the most popular rub in our house right now. If you follow me on my recipe group, which is at theflipflopchef.com, then I'm sure that you have heard me talk about this or see pictures of this. This is the one seasoning that I have in my house that not a single person complains about. Everybody likes it, everybody's happy. I'm getting a little bit tired of lemon garlic rub in my house because that's all we've been eating for several weeks now. But if you're a mom and you have picky eaters in your house, then you can appreciate why I'm gonna just eat lemon garlic chicken because everybody else is eating it without complaining. So a tablespoon of the lemon garlic rub inside of the batter bowl on top of the chicken. I'm gonna just give this a couple little turns just to coat that seasoning really good. I can't keep my hands on the tongs for some reason today. You can always add more or less depending on your flavor and your taste. And if you don't already know this, all of Pampered Chef's rubs and seasonings, all the dry rubs and seasonings, they're gluten-free and they're also kosher. And so I love that about all of our seasonings. In fact, if you're watching right now or if you're watching the replay and you have a favorite seasoning from Pampered Chef, I would love for you to drop it in the comments below because I know there's a lot of people watching who maybe haven't tried any of our seasonings. And hands down, I love every single seasoning that we have, and I rarely have to use anything from the grocery store because everything that we have from Pampered Chef covers all the bases. So while we're waiting on the grill to finish heating up, I'm just gonna set this aside. I wanna tell you a couple more things about the grill that's really cool. So if you didn't know this already, it's a smart grill. So it does the thinking for you, just like our blender is a smart blender and our quick cooker is like a smart pressure cooker. All of our appliances are superb. Like they truly are the best of the best, and I haven't had anybody disappointed in them. So with the grill and griddle, like all the other appliances, it comes with this cooking guide. So I'll zoom in so you can see a little bit more. But this is just a close-up of the cooking guide. It's going to basically guide you through all of the things that you can do with your grill and griddle when you get it. I'm just gonna show you a couple of things. I'll just kind of give you the little highlight reel here. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner recipes. They have a page that kind of goes over every single part that comes with or is sold separately with our grill and griddle. And the only thing that we sell that's sold separately is the waffle maker plates. So it comes with the grill plates, comes with the griddle plates, and you're going to love using all of them. We have all the settings broken down for you here. So we have a time, so you can just set the time. You can set the temperature. We have a top bottom button, and that actually gives you the ability to set the temperature for the top and the bottom plate different so that they're not the exact same temperature. For the chicken, we do want the plates the exact same temperature because we're gonna cook these like we would on a grill, but the cool thing is we have a grill on the top and a grill on the bottom, and so we're not having to flip and turn that food. So it's going to cook twice as fast when you use the smart grill and griddle and you're using the top and the bottom plates in the closed position. We also have a probe, and with this probe, you actually plug it in on the side of the grill. So what I recommend is that you preheat your grill, press the probe setting, and set it for the temperature that you want for the plates and the temperature you want for the probes, and then plug the probe in, insert it into your food, place it onto the grill, And the probe will tell the grill when to stop cooking. So it's really great for steaks. You can place this inside the thickest part of your steak and it will detect when it reaches that optimal temperature. All right, so hopefully you guys heard this beep here. So let me just lift this up. You can see the smoke rising off of this. It's nice and hot. The display just says add, and so it's telling us it's time to add our food. So I'm gonna put all of our tenders on the grill, and then we'll close the lid and press the start button. And that's just telling the grill to start cooking. Obviously the grill plates are hot, and so that's why you hear them sizzling. So it's already really cooking. Make some room for a few more here. Two more. That's good. There we go. I'm gonna move one of these over here. Oh, it's a little bit battered. I wanna try to get all of them on the grill. And then I'm gonna just close the lid, press the add button, and that starts the time. So it's counting down from 3 minutes and 30 seconds. When this is done, you're gonna be blown away by how amazing this is. So while we wait for this to cook and we wait for the next stage of our blender, I'm gonna tell you a couple more things. So this does come with a drip tray. Now I haven't found that with cooking chicken that I have a lot of excess grease that needs to drain off. But if you were doing something fatty like burgers or steaks, then this drip tray will fill with grease and you'll wanna make sure that you clean it out. Dump it in the trash, don't ever put it on the drain. And then the drip tray goes in the dishwasher. So almost all of the accessories for the grill and griddle can go right in the dishwasher for easy cleanup. You also get this little scraper. So this is going to give you the ability to just scrape anything that might be stuck onto the grill grates. I really haven't even found that I need to use this. I've cooked hamburgers and steaks and chicken, and I haven't had anything like so stuck on that I actually needed to use this. And so I think that just also tells how amazing this grill and griddle is. But this is dishwasher safe if you do need to use it. So they have instructions on all of the presets. So we have a custom setting so you can do whatever you want. And then the pre-programmed settings that we have are sear, panini, grill, griddle. There's a keep warm setting, which I'm gonna show you as soon as the chicken finishes cooking, because that's a feature that I love about this grill. My two favorite features: the plates go in the dishwasher and the keep warm setting. Because if you're not quite ready to serve all of your food, I like that I can keep the main portion, which is usually the chicken tenders. I do this multiple times a week at my house. I can just keep them warm until everything else is ready. Because what I have found is this cooks so fast that I actually am not really finished with all of the other things that I'm cooking to go along with it. So 5-minute preheating time gives you the opportunity to, trim your chicken and preheats, and then you put it on the grill, and 3 minutes, 30 seconds later, and you have perfectly grilled chicken tenders. And so you notice I'm not like flipping this up and down. You don't have to check on it. You just leave it, and you wait for that timer to go off. So a few other things that you're gonna find in here are some complete recipes. So we've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner suggestions. We have 2 whole pages of protein suggestions. Now, I know you can't really read this from where you are, but I'm gonna give you some pictures now, so hopefully this will give you a little bit more, get you a little bit more excited. So we have buttermilk pancakes and waffles. If you don't wanna make these from scratch, Pampered Chef does sell a new pancake and waffle mix. It is amazing and it's so easy to make. And then we have French toast. Whoops, keep dropping things today. The chicken sausage and veggie scramble, so another breakfast recipe. We have the mushroom and ricotta sandwiches. I haven't tried that one yet. The spinach and artichoke pizza. If you guys joined one of my virtual parties last month, then you had the opportunity to see the spinach and artichoke pizza made on this grill and griddle here. We also have the French onion sliders. These are amazing. This was actually one of the first recipes that I made on my grill and griddle. Delicious. So you have to check this out. It uses sweet Hawaiian rolls, so you know it's gonna be good, right? We also have a hibachi recipe. So if you like going to the Japanese steakhouse, but it costs too much, I think that's one of my biggest complaints about going to Japanese steakhouses is we come out of there spending like $120, $130 to feed everybody. So this is a great option for you. All right, check this out. It says end Our chicken is done. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? So perfectly cooked grilled chicken tenderloins. I never had to flip them. I never had to check them. I just put them on the grill, close the lid, and press start. Now, I'm gonna press cancel because that's gonna reset the grill. I'm gonna turn this to the pre-programmed setting of keep warm, which is 140 degrees. You may not be able to see all of this that I'm pointing at. And it's a default time of 30 minutes. You can change the time if you, hang on. So you can go higher or lower on the time. I'm gonna do 30 minutes because I'm not even gonna need it warm for that long. It's gonna automatically tell you to push add because the grill is already hotter than the 140 degrees. So you can close this back down, and it's, I know it sounds like it's like really cooking a little bit more, but it's gonna bring the temperature down to the top and the bottom plate, so it's gonna be 140 degrees relatively quickly. So there's a few more recipes in the cooking guide. I know you guys are gonna love this when you get it. If this is out of your budget and you can't pay full price for it, contact me. I will help you host a party. I can help you get it for 50 or 60% off, depending on the specials when you contact me. And you're going to get the probe, the little scraper, and our cooking guide. So we should be getting close to the next stage of our caramel. So I'm gonna zoom in, let you guys see that. I'm gonna grab the other ingredients here that go with our caramel sauce. All we're going to do when this is done is we're going to add in some vanilla extract. I am using Pampered Chef's vanilla extract, but this is something that's not currently available, so can't sell you that just now. It's a seasonal item. I don't know if you guys heard this beep. All of our appliances make the same noise, so if you're like me and you have them all and you use multiple at the same time, sometimes you have to look and say, okay, which one is done? But I like that they have all the same controls and all of the same sounds. So this is really hot. You want to know that the glass container of this blender is hot. One of the reasons we use a glass container over plastic is because it can withstand really, really high temperatures. So there's a little guard right here so that if you take this off, you're not going to have your knuckles right up against the blender. So we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you use salted butter, don't add the salt because it will be too salty. Salted caramel is good, but you don't want it to be too salty. The recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And you do want to use a pure vanilla extract. This is a double strength, so I'm going to add a 1/2 tablespoon of this instead of a tablespoon. I will tell you in this batch, the first batch I made, I did use the full tablespoon, and I tend to do that, but I want to compare the taste between using 1/2 and the full tablespoon. So since it's double strength vanilla, you don't have to use the full amount. Now this will get loud, so I'm going to show you just real quick. It's gonna gradually speed up. I'm gonna pause this just because I know you're probably tired of hearing the blender sounds. When I am off camera, I will press this to start again. When it finishes this stage, this is what you're going to get. Is this not beautiful, amazing, delicious caramel? So my husband Keith loves this, so he's gonna be really excited that today is National Caramel Day and prompted me to make him more caramel sauce because we haven't had any for a little while. I love that it's really inexpensive to make, doesn't take very much time, and it is delicious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can see my grilled chicken tenderloins over here and my caramel sauce in the blender. I will post these recipes in my recipe group at theflipflopchef.com. If you're not already a member there, I would love for you to join me. There are thousands of recipes there, a giveaway prize every single Friday, and you just never know what you're gonna get when you go there. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.